Good Saturday afternoon. I hope you're enjoying the precipitation. We're getting some good rain out there today. Sorry, I had to update the map here. It was on yesterday's maps, so apologies. But we're going to watch and see what happens here. So here's a good rain coming through today. And we'll move forward here in time, and it gets really interesting toward the end of the week. This front will come through. It's going to be very windy tomorrow. We could have some scattered showers or rain and snow showers in the afternoon. Very isolated, but windy and chilly day tomorrow for sure. Things get a little better on Sunday, Monday. A little bit warmer, highs in the 40s to near 50 by Wednesday. But here comes the next front. This is going to be important because you see the cold air and the strong northerly winds coming in behind this thing. So first of all, we get some potential showers, although I think it's just going to be wind, and we'll get things to come through. But this is a piece of energy driving purely south and also very sharp. So these type of situations and setups are going to be very interesting because what it's going to do is it's going to help to spawn a low pressure system, and the cold air is going to come in here. So we start off with maybe a little bit of rain, but we could switch over to a very heavy snowstorm later in the week. Gotta watch. This is very difficult to really pin down exactly how it's going to evolve. So even this probably is not perfectly right, but I like what I'm seeing in a snowstorm lover's world. We get the upper level system going in the right direction to bring colder air to down here from the north. The high is initially in a very good place. Low is crashing. Moisture is flowing over that colder air, so it could go from rain-snow mix over to snow, and it could be heavy snow. I'll have to see how this thing evolves. So this is Wednesday, Thursday, into Friday. So the model forecast right now, or the weather forecast right now, shows just a chance of rain or snow showers. This is a long, prolonged, big potential nor'easter, so I like it. It just depends on how things pan out. Why? Because even though it looks really interesting here on the GFS, and it has for a few runs, the European hasn't been quite as exciting. Now, as we go out in the period, we're still colder than normal, and here's an overrunning snow chance later in the period. Maybe not as heavy as this first system, but still a chance of some more snow maybe in the longer range. And we stay in the colder setup here in the long run. And so we got to think if there are any other moisture chances that maybe we could have some snow threats. How this pans out, what exactly happens, still up in the air. Let me explain exactly why. Look here at the European. It's going to look a lot different as we head later into the week. I think the European, though, if you were to give me some kind of a sense of what's going on, the European is headed towards more of what the GFS model has been showing. So despite what we see here, maybe this is actually some hints towards. So yeah, the rain today that comes on through, the cold and the wind sticks around, and then later in the week, here comes that next front that comes through, bring the cold air, and we do see some disturbance, and we do see a stronger, sharper turn here in the way that things are setting up. And so this means energy for sure, and it's trying to develop a low pressure. It shows some rain over us initially, and then it should, again, we could get some snow out of it. Doesn't look like it just gets its act together as fast as GFS. It's got a little bit of what we call a kicker or a low behind it. And I think the interaction between that and this storm are going to be really hard to pin down. So that's why I'd say don't guarantee anything or be certain that this is going to be exactly how things pan out in the long range for later this week. What I would hope to do is see a little more convergence of the models. And if the European midday map means anything to me, it was a step towards kind of convergence into something over top of us. So my confidence is rising some. I think the National Weather Service should increase their chance of maybe some snow or something on Thursday, Friday, rain or snow. I don't think they'll go with like a high percentage. We'll go with like 30, 40, 50% chance maybe on Thursday going into Friday. Rain or snow will probably be what the forecast shows. Right now, I just put out something and it probably is a little premature because I think it's going to change. And I actually said that in the forecast outlook. Anyway, beyond that, here we go with another cold shot. Very interesting, in the long run. Sorry, this was me running all the way out. Of keeping it colder than normal here in our area. I don't like that northwest flow it has dominated all winter. Not a lot of southern jets. So what we have different with this potential storm on Thursday is we have a piece of energy driving further south, and that potentially then kicks up a storm out of the northern system, picking up on some moisture from the south. And that may be why we have our first potential real snowstorm threat. But we'll see. Things change so quickly in the long range. All right, that was a long update. Have an awesome weekend. Stay dry. Expect colder temperatures tomorrow.